said he wishes Dr. Reed was here. Well, we've got the next best thing. He called in. Hi. So Dr. Brent Reed is with us from Griffin Reed Eye Care. Hi, Dr. Reed.
Can you hear me, Rob?
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
We can. Good.
We're trying to describe what happened with Brandon yesterday in layman's terms. Although I'm sure we're also leaving things out. But in the end, you stopped. Why did you stop? How would you describe why you stopped giving him LASIK?
Because the main reason was the flap was not centered properly. It wasn't going to be right in the center of over his pupil where it should be, where it would ideally be. And as a result, with this laser, the way it makes flaps, if you don't get it exactly where you want it to be, you can actually stop, let everything the bubbles just basically dissipate and go away. It's as if nothing happened. And that was the right thing to do because it wasn't centered properly. So we just let it dissipate, and it did. And I'm going to see Brandon later today, but then we'll come back at another day here in a week or two and do it properly so that it's centered right.
So what would have happened if you would have kept going, or if another? I know you wouldn't, but if another eye surgeon was doing it and said, okay, it's not perfect. I mean, what could have happened? What's the harm?
Well, then the laser treatment, when it goes on underneath the flap, if the flap is not centered over the pupil, then the laser treatment's not centered either, and as a result, then the correction is not exactly right, and the vision wouldn't be as good as it could have been. And so that's why we just stopped and waited and said, well, let's just do it another day.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Reed, there are plenty of doctors that would have just gone ahead and finished the surgery.
I don't know how many would have finished the surgery, but there would have been somebody out there that probably would have done that. I've done it long enough and understood it well enough, and then I knew that it was the right thing to do. Just hold up, come back another day. And I know Brandon was disappointed, so was I, for him. But it was the right thing to do.
So why, in layman's terms, why couldn't you just take a break and start over? Why couldn't Brandon just blink a few times, or you take a 3-minute break and then just do it again?
Well, there are people that have done that. In the literature, there's actually reports of people that have let the bubbles dissipate and then come back again the same day and done it again. But I thought that, Brandon was relatively traumatized at that point.
Oh.
And I thought it would be kinder for him to come back another day.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I also think it's probably, from my opinion, I think it's a little safer if you let things settle back and become just as normal as they were before. And, because the way the eye holder comes on the eye and the way it holds the eye, there was, I just felt like he'd had enough for one day.
Is this in any way Brandon's fault? Did he do something wrong?
It's always Brandon's fault, isn't it?
I knew it. Good.
No.
No, it's not Brandon. It's not Brandon's fault. It's just one of those things. Well, it's just one of those things that occasionally happens. But the beauty of the way the laser works and the safety of the procedure is that even if you hit a speed bump, there are rarely any crashes with this kind of a procedure. It's more, occasionally you'll have a glitch or you'll have something happen that causes you to not be able to complete what you were trying to do that day. But it's not a life-changing thing where there's damage done that can't be repaired, or there's problems that occur that can't, have a resolution at some point.
So is it your fault then?
Whose fault is it?
I'll take the blame. And if the government shuts down again next Friday, it's my fault too.
So you mentioned you're going to see Brandon again today, and it sounds like from what you're saying, what he's saying. So this happened, but this doesn't stop you from moving forward. It's just like next week or so, you'll be able to do it, and you're going to I assume you're going to make some changes to how you do it, or are we going to further drug Brandon up? Do you need me there to hit him over the head with a mallet, or how do we do this?
We're going to drug Brandon a little more, and we're going to practice a little bit so that he has this really strong, it's called the Bell's phenomenon. It's basically the blink reflex. And Brandon has an incredibly strong blink reflex. That's part of the reason why he had such a difficult time trying to ever use a contact lens, because anytime anything gets near his eye, he wants to squeeze his lids and have his eyes roll back in his head. And there are other people that have the same thing. Brandon just has exceptionally strong eye muscle.
In fact, that's exactly what Brad texted me yesterday. Brad, the COO, because he has nothing better to do than text me.
Oh,
he
gosh.
said, Dr. Reed said Brandon has exceptionally strong eye muscles. It's his superpower. Like it's that overwhelming.
Da, 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 da.
Oh God, maybe we shouldn't get rid of your superpower.
Yeah, this doesn't take that away, right?
Brandon has a lot of other good qualities besides his super voice. How's that?
Aw, thanks, Dr. Reed.
All right.
Sweet.
Well, thank you.
You're
so
welcome, buddy.
Cool, and thanks for calling in, Dr. Reed, and helping explain what exactly happened and why it was right to stop. And we love you and appreciate you so much, and we'll get Brandon taken care of in the next week or so.
Oh, listen, it's my pleasure. And everybody be safe out there. It's terrible out here today.
Hey, if you say so, we're inside. So you be careful. I know it's been bad the last couple of days. Big storms in our area. Thank you.
Oh my
to
God, baby, be careful on your way to work.
Dr. Reed from Griffin and Reed Eye Care.
Calling Dr. Reed baby?
No, my husband.
No, she's doing what she does. She's making it about herself,
Oh, okay.
like usual.
Stop it. Oh my God, I do not.
Thanks to Brent Reed from Griffin and Reed Eye Care for that.